And so normally this would be a time for meditation, but because today is our special Fire Puja, a fire ceremony to release all that no longer serves us, we're going to flip the meditation and the message today, because the meditation will be a part of the fire ceremony. And so at this time of year, I often have to explain to a lot of family members and friends, because they always ask me, "You're Buddhist, do you celebrate Christmas?" And of course, I always like to get this question and let them know that absolutely, even though I am Buddhist, I still participate in many of the rituals and ceremonies and heartfelt aspects of Christmas. Visiting family and friends, putting up decorations together with these same people, searching for meaningful gifts, donating money, time to folks who have less than I do, even taking time to enjoy the beautiful lights that illuminate windows and doors and lawns. These gifts of beauty are freely offered to all passers-by, a beautiful and wonderful metaphor for our practice as Buddhists. As a dedicated practitioner, my beliefs may have changed some, but my longing for unconditional love and a fresh start for humanity have simply not. I still see Christmas as a time to celebrate the shared wish for a world free of suffering. It seems like we all want peace and for everyone to be safe and fed, yet we have also all contributed in some way to a system in which these things become very difficult. And that truth can oftentimes weigh heavy on our hearts. A peaceful fire ritual, a cleansing offering, is often performed in many traditions to pacify the results of unskillful actions throughout the year, to remove obstacles, limitations. In the Buddhist scriptures, these are often referred to as defilements. All of this is designed to help clear space for receiving blessings. The defilements themselves are glitches that affect our interpretation and our ability to evaluate and perceive what is real and what is true. Oftentimes, these defilements are kind of indistinguishable from reality. It just looks like this experience or this object is that way. And so we sometimes get angry with experiences or people, realizing that deep within, we cannot get our buttons pushed if we don't have a button to push. Conditioning in the Buddhist practice is what installs these fears, these angers, greed, hatred, delusion. And so our ceremony today is designed to add a ritualistic or a ceremonious aspect to clarity, to the releasing of these things that no longer serve us. In the original Buddhist teachings, as recorded in the Pali Canon, the major types of defilements are lobha, usually translated as desire or greed. And that is the defilement that suddenly makes things appear very likable, very good. I must have. The second of the defilements is dosa, usually translated as anger or hatred. And that is the defilement that makes certain things appear absolutely wrong. It's them and us and them. And the third is moha, usually translated as ignorance or delusion. And that is the defilement that makes people confused and fearful about what is what. As we enter the ceremony, we can choose to focus on releasing obstacles and unskillful patterns. We can also let the cleansing fire of awareness make space for new, more skillful intentions and ways of being. Everyone is invited to participate today, and participate in a way that is most meaningful to you, whether that is with a physical burning bowl there at your home, or simply by holding in your heart what you want to release. And you can follow along with our ceremony accordingly. And so the way we will structure this today is we will move now into a time of meditation. And the meditation itself is a part of the ceremony, because it is during the meditation itself that I will guide you and lead you into a way of simply allowing what is to be released to arise. So you see the difference there is that it's not a mind activity. We're not engaging the thinking mind by ruminating over what I should release, what I shouldn't release. This is a heart practice, allowing spirit to simply provide what it is that you are to release. Now, if you have already written this out and done some meditation and allowed this to already arise the past few days or even this morning, then that's perfectly acceptable. We invite you to write down what it is that you are going to release and hold it in your hands as you enter meditation, letting your hearts fill with this opportunity to release and to let go. During the guided meditation, I'm going to begin with a gratitude practice for the things that have arisen and the lessons that they have brought us. And then we will move to the releasing aspect. And then from there, we will go into stillness and silence to allow what is to be released, the offering, to come up. Or if you have already decided that, to simply hold it with a certain loving openness in your heart. And then Nicoya is going to help us and guide us through the ceremony itself. And then we will close with the bell. So let's begin with a conscious breath. Holding for just a moment and releasing slowly. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness, transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow, and realize the true nature of who they are. And so at this time, if you need to take another conscious breath or two, or perhaps adjust your posture, anything necessary to help the form become more gentle, spacious, and light. We can connect with the breath by becoming aware of the rise and the fall of the tummy. We can also assist the form to relax by moving through a scan, beginning at the crown of the head, moving down, relaxing the forehead, releasing any tension in the facial muscles. The shoulders drop. The arms become graceful at your sides. Hands resting on your thigh or folded in your lap. Breathing through any tension in the upper back or the lower back. And completely relaxing the belly, letting it unfold. Becoming aware of the chair or the cushion beneath you, grounding you, supporting you. Becoming aware of that vital life force in your legs, that tingling quality, that vibrational essence in your thighs, your knees, your calves, and becoming aware of your feet inside your socks and shoes, or that point of contact with the earth. And again, becoming aware of the breath. And so, with the body gentle, spacious, and light, the mind is clear and receptive, and the heart is open. We can set the intention to simply allow and invite. Invite the heart to present what it is that you would like to release. And whatever arises, it is not to be judged, analyzed. Try not to engage the thinking mind at all. Just let the heart speak. And as what arises, we can also hold this in gratitude. For example, if an anger arises, we can hold this in gratitude, for anger teaches us what it is we are passionate about, helps us to understand our boundaries, and provides motivation for what is ours to do in the world. If, for example, a guilt arises, We can also hold this in gratitude, for guilt teaches us the importance of coming from and living from our own hearts instead of being caught up in the expectations of others. If a desire arises, we can hold this in gratitude as we celebrate the teachings of just enough solitude, just enough companionship, just enough food. The middle way provides exactly what we need when we need it, always. Just enough independence and just enough relying on friends and family. In the same way that water always seeks its own level, we are grateful for desire in teaching us what is just enough. If a fear arises, we can hold that gratitude in our hearts for teaching us the present moment. For when the mind becomes lost in the past or the future, anxiety arises. And anxiety is here to teach us that our minds have gotten preoccupied and are no longer in this moment, are no longer present. What a wonderful lesson. And as we move into stillness, I invite you to allow whatever is to be released to simply arise, hold it in gratitude, and when you hear the sound of the bell, it will be time to write this object down on a piece of paper to release into the fire, or you can simply hold it in your heart and allow Nicoya to release it into the fire for you as we move from those folks who have sent in an offering into a general sense of releasing desire and greed, anger and hatred, ignorance, fear and delusion. And so with this, we move into the stillness, into the clarity of noble silence. And so we invite you to remain in a contemplative state as we transition now into the Fire Puja. As the music begins, please mindfully write your offering down. And we also invite you to hold on to the offering and don't just quickly drop it in. Instead, allow spirit, allow the heart to let you know when it's time to release. And you can follow along with Nicoya as we move through the ceremony, beginning with those offerings that have been mailed in or emailed in from members of the Sangha. And so I'll turn this over now to you, Nicoya.
As we begin with the dedication of offerings from those that were sent in individually, we remember that the purification that benefits one of us benefits all of us, because we are all connected through our energy and our actions in this world. And so I invite you to support that process as you hear these individual names. On behalf of Rochelle, I make this offering of release and purification. On behalf of Lyupka, I make this offering of release and purification. On behalf of Alicia, I make this offering of release and purification. On behalf of Rob, I make this offering of release and purification. Of Suzanne, I make this offering of release and purification. On behalf of Victor, I make this offering of release and purification. For myself, I make this offering of release and purification. And I invite you now, if you are offering either energetically or physically at home, to join with me as I symbolically make an offering of release of these 3 defilements, beginning with lobha, or desire or greed. Make this offering of release and purification. Next, we make the offering for release and purification of dosa, anger, or hatred. And finally, we make an offering to release and purify moha, ignorance or delusion.
Take a moment now also for any of you that may have, for whatever reason, not gotten your offerings in to us, either through the mail, if it was somehow delayed, or if the email simply did not reach us here at TBC. We want to go ahead and make an offering now for you, for those folks, for whatever it is that you would like to release on behalf of you. We release this for clarity and purification. And so we let the cleansing fire of awareness make space for new, more skillful intentions and ways of being. We celebrate the path of the spiritual warrior to look inward and to purify, so that we may become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, and a lamp for those without light, and a servant to all in need. And so it is.